Okay. Um, During the case, um, in 19, I went to go down to Illinois. My dad was dying. My sister was in Texas to see him. And when I got there late at night, because I was so afraid for my life, I drove all day. My nephew David was there, and he's like, "You won't tell anybody what's going on, Aunt Karen. We know what Uncle Dave can do. I got kids here." And I was like, "David, I've drove all day. I'm tired." And he's like, "Fine, I'll take care of him myself if he shows up." He went up and grabbed a baseball bat. He said, "But I don't want to worry about what he'll do, and you won't tell anybody what's going on, okay?" And the next morning, I had took my puppies with me, and I walked out of my sister's house. And the things people take for granted of freedom and living your life not in fear. I had been so afraid for my life for so long. There was times my breath was cold leaving my body. I walked out and I exhaled and I felt freedom. I wasn't afraid for a moment. I wasn't afraid. The things you take for granted, walking out of your house and just breathing and not thinking, when you don't feel that, that's freedom. I exhaled and a drug cartel guy drove by my sister's house in Illinois. They followed me. I went up to McDonald's, met with my mother. Okay? We went to stores and then out to her trailer. And they followed me out there. I went back and I sat outside my sister's and I kept looking at her house thinking they got Children's Day here, the gunshot night, trying to shoot me driving. They're here. I sat there for the longest time, put my car in gear, and came home. I couldn't put them at risk. A guy showed up, tall white guy with black hair. I started following my mom around, beating on her trailer at night, followed her to church. She went in and said that guy from Ohio was here. Her minister walked out and said, "What's your problem being around Joella?" He said, "I'm waiting for my girlfriend." He said, "You can wait somewhere else, and if I catch you around Joella again, we got a really good police department, and they'll take care of you." And he left town. They went looking for me. Okay. I went out to eat with my friend. January 20th, 23, an hour away. He lives 2.5 hours away. We met in between. There's men sitting in dress shirts. I got a friend on the police department. They know about that case that agent opened with you. They knew about the Texas group involved in your case. I'm like, the Kingsmen? Is that what they called themselves? For we work for the king from Texas. He sent us men here. We're here to help do this. We're the ones doing it. He's a drug lord. Oh, he was one of the biggest ones in the United States, an Iraqi terrorist. That's who they hired. With ties into all the drug dealers. That's who they hired. That's why they attacked Ohio in 18. That's who they hired. Okay? He's like, there was a retired judge in Texas in this big human trafficking scam. They went down to question him and killed himself. There's another judge in another state involved in this. They are going to use that case that agent opened with you to get these drug traders, human trafficking people. They found 35 people tied up in a railroad car. The African American people, they were just shooting them and throwing their bodies along railroad tracks. He said the police aren't releasing a lot of information, but they're getting ready to take care of it, and they're going to use your case. You have so much hurt and pain in your eyes. And he drilled me until I was stuttering in front of him. About 40, 50 cars left that night. Several had came in, and the other ones were waiting out in their vehicles. 3 weeks later, February 14th, 23, sheriffs and marshals did an 800 people sweep. I was up at Giant Eagle in Hartville. Some of the big truck guys, the human traffickers, came in, walking around me. If we'll use your case to infiltrate our game, we're out of here. Tell them to give your money. We're done. See what I mean? There's a real case with statements. I go other places, like up in another part in Hartville. Somebody said, oh, they taped her before, so we called the police. Well, you know what happens? My security team shows up. She's an informant. See what I mean? Just like at CSC Bank, I had my own security. Lamar Sharpamar, Michael Broswell, and Michael would know what officers are assigned to me. So with the North Canton Police and the Stark County Sheriffs, I have my own security team. They've even seen them here in Walmart. Those are the ones that yell at people to stay out of, like March 23rd, 23. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone, and nobody's ever seen anything. These people better be staying out of this. They've yelled at them several times. They chased off 6 stalkers in here. In 18 and 19, they hired great big men to come at me, and they chased them off. Carrying around the house, FBI informant, is one of the biggest human trafficking scams. And they got a lot of bad guys. They don't ever want to deny it. Because that's where I'm telling you, that fentanyl king sold the law king. So witnesses. And he's got them taped that he met with those faggots. And the church people, and that he was working with Dave. You want to say they were tricking him, right, to infiltrate the gangs? Of course she'll get her money. Got a lot of bad guys off of this. That'd be stupid to let that go. Right? A terrorist did this. For who's the king from Texas? A drug lord. It's a fentanyl king. Iraqi terrorist, military, dark web, malware. This was child's play to him. And they got him. Because all those people, we work for the king from Texas. And I'll tell you what, you pull the case apart, you may find some of the kids they took. They actually mentioned places they took them. They got videos of the people. The Florida people are still here. The old human traffickers and drug dealers are still here. They can get a lot more. It was like a smorgasbord of bad